Hey everyone, welcome to today's video, welcome to my channel. My name is Micah and today I have a Shop My Stash for you. It is the start of May, so that means that I am going to be changing out some makeup products again and that I will be replacing them with new things to try. I'm actually not going to be trying a whole lot of new stuff in that sense, save for the odd eyeshadow palette here and there. Definitely for face, I would like to go back to some old favorites of mine. So, what you can expect from this video is definitely a little bit of repetition, perhaps, because there are quite a few products that I would like to keep in my daily makeup routine because I'm just really enjoying them. So why would I change it? And if the hair is a little bit crazy, this is what my hair does when it's been freshly washed. So it goes very wavy. And usually when I film videos, it's been a few days since I washed my hair. And the minute I start combing this, it goes straighter, you could say. But this is what my hair looks like when it's freshly washed. So yeah. I'm also going to be talking about some of the things that are currently on my face, because everything that you're going to be seeing in this video is somehow making an appearance right here, right now. So let's just get to the products that I have selected for the month of May and the things I was using in the month of April. So here we still have my old selection, so in case you didn't watch my Shop My Stash for April, I will make sure to put a timestamp down below if you would like to see the different categories. So I never include lipsticks and eyeshadow palettes beforehand because I never know what I would like to wear. So that is why I will leave timestamps for the lipsticks and the eyeshadows, as well as when we get to the actual products I will be using in the month of May. So this is what I was using this month, what I had selected for April. Still going strong is the Revolution Fixing Spray. This is now, I think, about 3/4 of the way done, so I will just keep on using this until it's done. And then for primer, I've been using this Catrice primer, and it's been sitting upright, and then you can see that I've used up quite a bit of this. So this is, I think, also going to be running out soon. This is, I think, also going to be running out soon. So yeah, this is a product that I will just continue to use until it's gone. For foundation, I was using this. This is the MAC Studio Waterweight foundation. I was really liking this. I didn't feel like reaching for a different foundation at all at any time in this month. So that was really nice. Then for concealer, I was using the Catrice One Drop Coverage Concealer, as well as, let me reach in the back, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. And I like this. It's okay. It's a bit dark for me though. And to be quite honest, this is currently my favorite concealer and nothing can beat this right now. So I wanted to go back to this like ASAP. It did leak a little bit in the drawer when it was like lying on its side. So I did pull it out and put it on top of my desk so that it won't do that anymore, because it can be a little bit messy. So to finish off the face, my powder that I've been using is the Hourglass Diffused Light Ambient Lighting Powder. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's got a really big dent. Again, a product I will just use up before I move on to another face powder. And then we have the face products, and this is definitely where I'm going to be changing some things up. I'm going to be changing up the bronzer, not because I don't like this anymore, but because I feel this is becoming a little bit too light for me. This is the Solar Powder Bronzer by Soap & Glory. And, oops, I've been using this for 2 months in a row. And as you can see, I've got a really nice big dent in this side right now. I do feel that around this edge, there's a little bit of heart pan in the darker shade. So I'm not sure whether I should just go, whenever I'm in the UK again, buy a new one of this. But yeah, this so far, this is one of my favorite bronzers in the springtime. For blush, I definitely used Cantaloupe by H&M quite a bit in the early stages of the month. And then I was wearing quite a lot of cool tones as well, so I got a lot of use out of my Plum Rose blush by Physicians Formula 2, because I felt it paired really nicely with all of the cool tones. But the blush that I wore the most is Benefit's Coralista. This month really made me realize how much I love this blush and how flattering it is on me. And it's one of the oldest blushes in my collection, but can you see that pan? I've never hit pan on the blush before, so I'm super duper stoked about this. So Benefit Coralista is, again, one of my favorite blushes. And I think I may want to put this into my Shop My Stash again this month because I've been loving it that much. And then the Anastasia Amrezy highlighter. I told you that this was quite new to me. I hadn't used it a whole lot and I had a lot of trouble making this work for me because it seemed as if my brush wasn't picking anything up. And then someone left a comment saying, just use a very dense brush. And I felt there was a little bit of a layer that you needed to go through first. And then it became a really nicely intense highlighter. This is the one that I use the most. But again, I already mentioned wearing a more cool tone blush, and when I was wearing a cool tone blush, I was going with this more cool toned highlighter by Physicians Formula. This is their Butter Highlighter in Pearl. I really like this. Definitely if you're going for a more cool toned cheek look, this pairs really, really nicely. And I like the formula as well. I like applying this with my beauty blender, like a damp sponge works best. There's some other things here to the side. I've got some mascara still here. The NARS Climax was a mini that I wanted to try. It's an okay mascara, but I feel it's starting to get a little bit dry, so I definitely need to replace that. Catrice Glam & Doll Waterproof I'm going to keep in here. It just makes my mascara last so much longer. Brows are going to stay as well because they just haven't run out yet. So this is like the Archery Brow Pencil by Soap & Glory, this rectangular or a triangular shape one. It's like the brow product that keeps on giving. This just won't die on me, so that's a nice one. And then the Essence Make Me Brow is always a good one. Eyeshadow primer is still this Catrice one. And my MAC Paint Pot and my Body Shop Cream eyeshadow are also going to be staying in here. It's not a cream shadow, it's a cream colored shadow, I should say. And I think I'm about to hit pan on this as well because I can see a ring starting to form in the middle, so not sure how long that will last. These are the lipsticks that I used in the month of April, and you will definitely be able to see a theme here because I was really feeling the bold colors. Plus I was trying to use some new lipsticks that I bought earlier in the year that I'm now trying to put into rotation. So again, I've been wearing, if I wanted a nude, I went with my Catrice current favorite nude lipstick. This is the Power Plumping Gel Lipstick in Speak Up. And I found out it's a dupe for a very high-end product, which I will have a dupe tutorial coming your way as part of my Everyday May series. So stay tuned for that, and I will tell you what the dupe is, what this dupes. But it's a very famous high-end lipstick that this is actually a complete shade match for. So I'm very happy with that. Another nude that I was wearing in the intro of this video is this ZARA lipstick. This is the, let me see, Ultimatte 01. And it's like it looks very pink in the tube, but it has more of a peach undertone. And I found that this works really well when you wear like blue eyeshadow and things like that. So this was a nude shade I didn't have yet in my collection. Liking that. But these are the bright ones. Urban Decay's Menace. I wore this in my bright lipstick collection video. Ugh, I love that shade. It's such a good one. I also wore the ZARA Ultimatte 07 shade a lot. This is a bit more muted. It's a little less bright, but still very pretty. And then I also wore ColourPop's Super Bloom a lot as well. So I'm just trying to test these out. This is more like a coral, and the other ones are more like straight up pinks. Nice little stack for you right here of eyeshadow palettes, because I've been trying out lots of new eyeshadow palettes. Because, well, that's what I tend to do in the spring and summertime, because then I can do my makeup in the morning, take pictures, and be out the door. So that's usually when I try most of my newer in eyeshadow palettes. I use the ColourPop The Fame palette. This is a really nice cool tone neutral eyeshadow palette. I feel it's a bit too samey, but you will hear my full thoughts on this in an upcoming cool toned eyeshadow palette video. And another palette that we'll be featuring in that video is the Milani Soft and Sultry. This is a really, really nice palette. It's not as cool toned as you might think it is, because I feel that some of the cooler shades in here pull a little bit warm, at least on my complexion, but it has some stunning shades. On my eyes today, if you were wondering, is the Huda Beauty Sapphire Obsessions palette. This is a really nice blue toned and aqua toned, like turquoise, you could say, palette as well. You get this like off yellow sort of shade as well, which is nice in the crease. But this is a very nice cohesive palette that you can pull in for some brighter looks. This is the Zoeva IC palette, and I think they released this last summer, I think. And I hadn't seen this until I don't remember what I was trying to get. I think the Eclectic Eyes palette. And then I spotted this and I thought, ooh, that looks very interesting. Despite the fact that there's a red right in the middle, everything else is quite cool toned. So this is another palette that I put into that cool toned eyeshadow palette video. So if you want to hear my full thoughts, check that out. I wanted to make sure I could update you on some of the more recent makeup purchases that I did, and that's why I also wore ColourPop's Dream Street palette. This is very stunning. I was a little bit apprehensive about this at first, but now that I have it, I know I will be reaching for this. This is my kind of palette. This is such a great all-rounder, and I totally get the hype now. Speaking of Zoeva Eclectic Eyes, I finally made my way through this as well. This has some really stunning, very interesting shades. Especially these two here at the end are very intense and very, very pretty indeed. So this is another one that Zoeva did a really, really great job on. Being completely late to the bandwagon here, but I finally got my hands on Naked Reloaded at the end of March. So that's why I've only been using it in the month of April. I pulled some stunning looks out of this. Some people are saying that this is a lot more cool tone than the original. I don't feel it is. There's a couple of shades here that look more cool toned in the pan, but like with the Milani, I feel they pull more warm toned, at least on me. So this is a nice, I like how thin this actually is, and I don't like the fabric, but it is a good palette, and I think a worthy replacement of the Naked original, but it will never be exactly that, of course. And then last but not least, I definitely wanted to bring in some more color, and that's why I tried the Certified Tropical Wonders palette. This is such a stunning rainbow palette. If you have this, you don't need any other brights palette, I think. So yeah, some really, really cool shades. I was able to pull some really stunning looks out of this. The only issue I have with it is that it's all mattes. I would have loved to see a shimmer here and there. So now for some things that we're pulling in. I need to have a new mascara in here, of course. So the You Better Work mascara by Essence. I've tried this a few times, but not enough to really give it a full review. So I'm going to be using that. I'm going to be putting back in my One Drop Coverage Concealer by Catrice. The Catrice Primer. Benefits Coralista needs another place in here. The Hourglass Powder needs to go in here because those are some staples that I want to pull in again. But that means that we do need a new foundation. And for foundation, I want to use this up because this is getting a little bit old, actually. It's already been opened, and this is the Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation. I believe this has been discontinued, sadly, because I really like this for like a lightweight base. And now that it's May and we're getting more into warmer weather, I prefer a lightweight base over a very heavy one. So that's why I thought this one was a good moment to use this up. Since I'm keeping the Benefit in here, I'm only going to be pulling in 2 different blushes. I really want to go back to one of my favorite Kiko blushes. This is their Shade Fusion blush in 05 Marsala. Love that one. And that will give me a bit more of like a mauvey pinky option, a bit more cool toned. Because the other one I want to pull in is very bright and very warm. This is Milani's Coral Cove. I love these rose blushes by Milani, but I haven't gotten a lot of use out of this shade. So I definitely want to use that more. For bronzer, I'm going to pull in another Anastasia product. I bought this over the winter, but it was a little bit too dark for me. But I think this shade, because it has that pinky reddish undertone, will be nice for this time of year. This is in the shade Rosewood. And then 2 different highlighters that I'm pulling in. Well, actually I'm cheating because this is a 2-in-1. This is the Glowy Gossamer Duo in Subtle Sunrise by Pixi. I haven't used the peach shade in this a whole lot, so I definitely wanted to pull this in again for the more warmer weather to see if I can make that work. This worked really well for me in the wintertime, but I felt that was a bit too dark. And for something a bit more cool toned, I thought I could pull in Ofra's Pillow Talk. Haven't used this at all apart from pictures for review. So this is definitely one that I need to now just get into. And that was my Shop My Stash for the month of May. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And this video is currently part of my Everyday May series. I am currently posting a new video every single day from Monday through Friday. So make sure you stay tuned because I have a lot of content coming your way in the month of May. So again, thank you very much for watching and I hope you have a great day. Bye!